Jim Harbaugh, man. Jim. Wow. I I'm very disappointed. And I definitely hope that these rumors are not true that he wants to leave, because in sports, you can't run. You cannot run. You can't run. He stood there. Okay, let's take it back. Jim Harbaugh is a tremendous head. Jim Harbaugh is a tremendous football coach. He had great success at Stanford. You know, he had some success at other college tops before he got to that team, that terrible team up north that got destroyed by Georgia in the college football playoff. He had success, and then obviously in the NFL he had tremendous success with the San Francisco 49ers. Three straight NFC championships. He went to the Super Bowl, and he ended up losing to his brother. There's no shame in losing to your brother. There's no shame in losing the Super Bowl. He made it there. You gotta give him credit. He made it to the college football playoff this year. I have to give him credit for that. He finally beat us. He got over the hump and beat us. But you cannot run. See, in sports, there's always next year. There's always next year. And if the cards are played right, you get an opportunity to avenge or get revenge. We heard about the revenge tour years ago. Obviously, it didn't end with a victory against Ohio State, but they beat a lot of teams that had beat them before. I think Chase Winovich said the revenge tour, and it was a nice little band tour that they had, and you get revenge. And obviously for my Buckeyes back in 2019, we lost a very, very devastating game to Clemson, in the college football playoff. When Trevor Lawrence was there, and we had J.K. Dobbins was there. We had Chase Young, Malik Harrison, Jordan Fuller. I mean, we had so much great talent on that team, and we ended up losing. We had some questionable calls, whether it was a catch or not. We had a targeting call, and obviously, Fields threw an interception, and then obviously before that, Trevor Lawrence walked up the field, scored a touchdown. Our defense couldn't get a stop. But it was a tough way to lose. We lost, but the shining bright sign for us was that Trevor Lawrence was coming back and Dabo Swinney was coming back, and we had Justin Fields coming back and we had Ryan Day coming back. But even though we lost some talent, the stars were still there, and the stars aligned, and we ended up having an opportunity to play them and beating them. Just like this year, obviously he sees Aiden Hutchinson is leaving and David Ojabo, and I can't wait for them to leave. I hope he goes number one. I hope he. I can't get. I don't know. GoFundMe. I will personally. I think I will personally fund his trip to wherever the draft is to get him up out of Ann Arbor. I don't want to see him anymore. But you still have you have some talent coming back, and Harbaugh been there. They have to come to Columbus. They have to come to my university and see us. And he's running from that. You can't just beat a team and then talk that you talked about Ryan Day when you're at third base. You think you hit a triple. Well, you're the one that's at third base, and you think that you hit a triple. You beat Ohio State 1 year. You go to college football playoff 1 year. You finally win the Big Ten championship 1 year, and you decide to leave. Because he knows Mel Tucker's not going anywhere. He knows James Franklin's not going anywhere. He knows that Ryan Day's not going there. So we're talking about Michigan State, Penn State, and Ohio State. 3 teams that really want you and want to see your football program. He knows he can't run through that gauntlet no more, and he's running from it. And he's not only giving up on his team, but it's alma mater. You can't just leave. Let's see if this season was not a fluke. We've seen in 2020, we've seen in Indiana, they had a tremendous season. And then what? 2021 comes around, they don't have a great season anymore. And I'm not comparing Indiana to Michigan, but they had a tremendous season. Harbaugh, you've been a very solid coach, but you had your highest success this season. I want to see if you can do it again. Because Ohio State, we went to multiple playoffs. We went to the college football playoff in 2019 under Coach Ryan Day, and we lost in the semis. What happened in 2020? We went to the college football playoff. We won the playoff game, went to championship. Fortunately, we had to deal with the Devontae Smith Crimson Tide. Now Alabama didn't beat us. Devontae Smith beat us. But nevertheless, we went to we backed it up, And that's what I need Harbaugh to do. I need him to back up this performance, because if he can come and beat Michigan State, because he didn't beat them this year, beat Penn State this time, beat Penn State obviously, and if he could, which I don't think he could do, is come to Columbus, beat my Buckeyes. Okay, show me that. But don't just win a game and then bounce. You have a lot of young talent coming back, and what I loved, and I didn't fear at all. It put no fear in my heart, but it's something that you like to see. You have some young guys stay for the trophy presentation of Georgia and soak it all in. Hopefully they soaked it all in because they won't be going back there, but they have a tremendous chance if they can obviously beat my Buckeyes and their in-state rival and then Penn State. But you can't leave. And if he wants to leave, I don't know who would be the head coach of that team up north. But I don't think they're going to have as thin of a leash as Harbaugh did, because Harbaugh he went there. He's an alum, got them over the hump. It would be tremendous expectations on the head coach. And if he was going to leave, he should have said that before. Then that team up north could have got somebody else. Now, are they going to swipe somebody? I don't know. Who would you go get? If you're that team up north, do you want Dabo's? Dabo's not going nowhere. I don't know who would you want. Lincoln Riley's already off the board. Brian Kelly's off the board. Who's a hot commodity head coach that you're going to get? I don't know. Billy Napier's not there. So, I'd be disappointed. Now, if he goes to the Las Vegas Raiders, I think he could definitely turn that program around, or the football team, that team around. But, as a Buckeye fan, I don't want him running from the grind. You can't run from the grind. And he's running. You can't just win. You can't, man. You cannot just. It's like him. It's like a team. Here in Ohio, high school basketball, there's no shot clock. It's like me. It's like Jim Harbaugh hitting a three on the road, or hitting a three. He's at home. He hits a three, and he just holds the ball. Or I come down, I miss a shot. He holds the ball the remainder of the game. I don't get another opportunity. No, there's a shot clock, and I need another opportunity to get the ball after I get a stop. And this year we were going to have a chance of getting him, but he wants to leave. Fine, be it. But I would love for him to say, because you cannot run from this, and that's what he's doing. He's running. He's giving up not only on his team, his players, and all the teams that recruited. After 1 year, you're not Urban Meyer. You can't open up a 7-0. I think it's called 7-0. He got a 7-0 spot here in Ohio, where for being obviously that team of North every single time going undefeated. He didn't do that. You can't open up a spot that says 1-5. You gotta come make it 1-6, 1-7, 1-8. No. But he's doing what he feels is best for him, and you feel for the players and all of his recruits.